Who knew that the one returning home was his daughter? Old Sai didn't go all out, as his revenge target was Maher. Poor Jyoti was just caught in the crossfire. While Old Sai waited, Maher, the bald, creepy guy, couldn't hold back. He rushed in like a little piglet on a caffeine high, while Maher was off trying to buy his daughter new shoes, but of course, the style she wanted was out of stock. The store owner went to check the stock, which took forever. Before long, the bald guy finished his animal duties, and then the bespectacled little mustache decided to join. Minutes later, after both of them were done having their little fun, still no sign of Maher. It was then that the little mustache suggested they deal with the girl first. The bald guy, licking his lips, asked, "Can I make one more visit before we do the deed?" Old Sai began to wonder if this dude was turning into a giant pig. This was ludicrous, but so gross it made Old Sai forget his murderous intent momentarily. As a dad himself, Old Sai knew that ruining someone's daughter like that was way worse than murder. Shortly after they left, Maher, dragging new shoes behind him, finally returned home. The moment he pulled out the shoes, all he could hear was his daughter faintly crying for help. Soon, Jyoti was rushed to the hospital, and thank goodness she was out of danger. Meanwhile, Maher, overwhelmed with guilt, started going on a rampage. He went so far as to knock himself out smashing stuff until a little snake casually slithered over him, and a falling bottle shattered nearby, waking him right up. Right in front of him was a highway toll receipt with a license plate number on it. With a clue in hand, Maher rushed to the hospital to check on his daughter. He silently vowed to take out every last one of those beasts. Jyoti knew her dad well, so she had only one request: leave one person alive for her to question. She wanted to ask face to face why they treated her like that and what exactly she did wrong. Heart aching like 1,000 knives, Maher didn't say much. He just agreed to his daughter's request that those who deserved to die. He wouldn't hold back at all. The next day, he headed straight to the police station. He reported the crime based on his daughter's memories, but there was a twist. He portrayed himself as a victim of a burglary with 3 assailants. One of them had a tattoo on his back. The cops were initially serious and asked what was stolen from his house. Maher, infuriated, responded that all they lost was a garbage can, but that garbage can meant everything to his family. The sheriff rolled his eyes and tossed Maher right out. Was this guy crazy? Reporting a missing garbage can? The sheriff told him to scram or head shoot. As he watched Maher leave with his tail between his legs, the sheriff thought he had gotten rid of a nutcase. Soon, Maher returned with a jar of cash. He paid a $40,000 retainer and promised $500,000 for finding the garbage can. For a sheriff who relied on shady income to support his family, that was indeed a pretty penny, sufficient for him to live comfortably for quite some time. That afternoon, the sheriff led a team to Maher's house for an inspection, and it turned out that everything was exactly as Maher had said, nothing missing. While searching for clues, the sheriff snapped a photo of a garbage can, and one of his officers also found Maher's bank book, which had a cool $1.05 million in it. The sheriff and his team reasoned that if Maher wasn't a fool, then that trash can definitely held some secrets, likely some seriously valuable treasures. The police recently solved the gold theft, swiftly apprehending the thief. But since the victim was corrupt, they returned fake gold while keeping the real gold for themselves. The sheriff figured the guy wouldn't dare speak out, especially since he was the sheriff, so he decided to have a private chat with Maher. He said if there was anything valuable in that can, it was best to come clean so they could search systematically. Maher replied, "Sheriff, don't ask anything else. They'll throw in another $200,000 if you help me find that can." The sheriff didn't haggle further, and soon the whole police department mobilized to scour the world for the trash can. Meanwhile, Maher was responsible for the final payment and all expenses incurred during this time. While the cops were running around like headless chickens, a rich dude drove into a garage, and the moment he arrived, he started wailing on the mechanics because his expensive glasses had been stolen. To make matters worse, it turned out his glasses had been taken off without permission. Just then, the little mustache rode in on his motorcycle and learned it was all his doing. The rich guy took one look at the worker and unleashed another flurry of punches. Little mustache had gotten used to taking hits by now. This guy wasn't afraid of murder, so why fear a rich guy? Seeing his fight spirit, the rich guy gave him a day. Otherwise, the little mustache and his pals would pay dearly. Those words ignited a murderous spark in him. That night, the rich guy was at the bar chatting with friends when Maher suddenly showed up. The highway receipt that had fallen at his house the day his daughter was attacked had the rich guy's car plate number on it. However, the rich dude explained that his car had been in the garage and only just returned today. Hearing that, Maher didn't pry further. It was evident the rich guy had nothing to do with hurting his daughter. Just as he was about to leave, the little mustache stepped forward for revenge, smashing the rich guy's glasses. Then all hell broke loose, and the little mustache wasn't going down without a fight. In no time, he took down all of the rich guy's people, with the final punch nearly snapping the rich dude's neck. Throughout this ordeal, Maher hadn't left, and from their chat, he realized this little mustache was the one who drove away in his car. So, after the fight wrapped up, Maher hopped on his motorcycle and followed the little mustache. But he was so obvious in his pursuit that the little mustache quickly caught on. He quickly dialed someone to deliberately lure Maher to an abandoned factory.